Hello, my name is Bill. I'm here to announce Reasoning with God's new initiative, Pro-Love. Pro-Love's goal is to apply God's healing truth to the wounds that divide our society. These wounds are based on lies, and when we are willing to come together to expose those lies, we can free ourselves from them. Pro-Love is also a process marked by our love for each other. This process allows us to expose our wounds in a safe environment, which helps us move past our self-imposed limitations. Once our wounds are exposed, we can reason with what God has told us will heal these wounds. We humans have continually ignored God's warnings and rebelled against his simple law of love by creating our own laws. Proverbs 14:12, there is a way that seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. God wants us to put his law before all of the laws we are creating. Acts 5:29. Then Peter and the other apostles answered and said, we ought to obey God rather than men. Our laws reveal our rebellion against his plan because we would not need them if we lived his law of love. Our ideas of love and good and evil change with every generation because we do not surrender to his word. We think we can create something better than God can. However, God's thoughts on love and good and evil never change. He can fully explain his law of love in the Bible, knowing we can read his message some thousands of years later and it will not have changed. Can we not see how our rebellion has changed everything he has created very good? Genesis 1:31, and God saw everything that he had made, and behold, it was very good. And the evening and the morning were the sixth day. He designed everything to work together for good. Romans 8:28. And we know that all things work together for good to them that love God, to them who are called according to his purpose. And when we live our lives in alignment with his plan, we flourish and learn everything was created for him. Colossians 1:16. For by him were all things created, that are in heaven and that are in the earth, visible and invisible, whether they are thrones or dominions or principalities or powers. All things were created by him and for him. Yet, rather than following his plan, we have turned wine into alcoholism, food into gluttony, work into pride, marriage into divorce, sex into perversions, exercise into obsessions, games into gambling and pride, and gatherings into divisions. God has called us to finish the race he set before us. Hebrews 12:1. Wherefore, seeing we also are compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and the sin which doth so easily beset us, and let us run with patience the race that is set before us. Instead, we willingly allow ourselves to become pawns in a rat race of confusion. The first wound we are going to expose in this process will be abortion. We will have discussions on all of the salient points while respectfully listening to the opinions each person brings to the table. The final arbitrator will be the Bible. Many will be surprised by their misunderstanding of what the Bible teaches on this subject. God can heal our wounds if we expose them and reason with his solutions. We have a choice. We can refuse to listen to what God has to say, or we can roll up our sleeves and commit to finding a loving solution to the wounds dividing our society. We want you to be part of this discussion. You can do that by emailing suggestions to bill@reasoningwithgod.com. You can go to the website, reasoningwithgod.com, to make comments or to sign up for a Zoom meeting so that you can participate live. You can go to Facebook to our Reasoning with God page and make comments. You can host discussions in your neighborhoods. And if you are interested in doing that, you can send us an email and we will provide you the resources necessary for you to conduct that meeting, and hopefully then provide that feedback from that meeting back to us so that we can update our version of God's solution to this problem. We want you to be part of the system. Please, the system and the process that makes this happen, please be part of it. Hope you have a great week. Blessings.